Hello students, welcome to class 11 business studies. We were doing chapter number 2 and students, I hope you all have watched my yesterday's video where I explained all the features of partnership. So just a recap of all the features. Partnership is what I had explained you the definition of partnership, that partnership is the relation between two or more persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. So partnership is a relationship between two or more people who wants to carry on the business, and either one, all the partners are actively participating in the business, they are carrying on the business, or any one of them or any of them is actively participating, rest are non-active members of the business. So what were the features? First feature was the formation, that partnership business is formed under the uh, Indian Partnership Act 1932. Its existence comes under Indian Partnership Act in 1932, and if the partners must enter into an agreement. They should have a partnership deed. This we discussed yesterday. Then liability of the partners. Liability of all the partners is unlimited, as their personal property can be used to recover the losses of the business. Then risk bearing, all the partners shares the risk equally or in the same ratio as they were sharing their profits. So all the partners bears the risk, whether they are active members or non-active members. So decision making, next is decision making. All partners are allowed to take decisions, are allowed to manage the business, and major decisions should be taken while consulting each other, all the partners. It should not be there that without consulting the other partners, major decisions are being taken. It should not happen in a partnership business. All the decisions are only taken after consulting all the partners. So continuity of business, partnership firm continues till all the partners desire to continue it. So if a partner dies or retires due to any of the reasons, if he desires to retire from the business, he can. Then the partnership business comes to an end. But the remaining partners, if they want to continue the business, they have to come into a new contract. They have to sign a new partnership deed then. Okay, so number of partners, I had told you yesterday that number of partners minimum is 2 and maximum is 50 according to Companies Act 2014. The maximum number prescribed by the government is 50. Mutual agency relationship, this I told you that it's a very important point. Mutual agency relationship means that every partner is the owner as well as the agent of the firm and agent of each other, agent of the other partners. They are agent, they are carrying the image of the firm, and they are equally the agent of each other. Agent of each other means their acts binds each other. If any one partner takes a wrong decision, then other partners also have to bear the consequences of it. So acts of one partner are binding on others. Then coming to the merits, today we'll do the merits and demerits of the partnership firm. Merits are, first is easy to form, as there are no legal formalities. It is very easy to form a partnership firm as no legal formalities are required to be completed, and it is not necessary that you need to register under the Partnership Act. It is also not compulsory. It is always better to get your firm registered under the Partnership Act, but government has not made it compulsory. So it is very easy to form a partnership firm, right? Then balanced decision making. Balanced decision making, why? Because one person cannot be a expert in all the fields, but when you join hands with others, you can divide your work according to your skill and your knowledge, and so you can take better decisions. Okay, then division of work leads to specialization and efficiency in management and other activities in the firm. So there's a balance in decision making. Why? Because you all the partners can divide their work and they can divide their work according to their skill and knowledge, and more specialization can be there. They can use their knowledge, they can use their skill with the help of their efficiency. They can take much better decisions than a sole proprietorship firm. Okay, then third point is larger financial resources. Larger financial resources means when there are more partners, more people in the business, they'll bring more capital into the business. They'll bring more capital, so as a result, larger financial resources as compared to sole proprietorship and joint Hindu family business. सोल प्रोप्राइटरशिप बहुत ही स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस के लिए सूटेबल होता है. सिमिलरली जॉइंट हिंदू फैमिली बिजनेस is only suitable where ancestral property is there. It is necessary that you should have an ancestral property in joint Hindu family business. So your capital is limited to your ancestral property only. But here in partnership, the more partners you have in your business, more capital they can bring, and you can increase your financial resources. So more financial resources as compared to sole proprietorship and JHF. Then next point is risk sharing. Risk sharing is how come then partners share the risk in the same ratio as they are sharing the profits. In sole proprietorship, only one person had to bear all the risk, whereas in the partnership firm, all the partners, the risk is divided into all the partners. So lesser risk, less risk, and they can share the risk in their same ratio of their profit. So the sharing of risk motivates the partner and to undertake riskier projects and earn more profit. When they have lesser risk, जितने ज़्यादा पार्टनर्स होंगे उतना रिस्क थोड़ा कम होगा, एंड दे कैन स्टेप इनटू मोर रिस्कियर बिजनेस. जहाँ रिस्क ज़्यादा है और प्रॉफिट्स they जल्दी अर्न कर सकते हैं, वो ऐसे बिजनेस में भी एंटर कर सकते हैं. Right? So next point is secrecy. Secrecy is all activities are carried on by the partners only. In a partnership firm, all activities, major decisions are taken by the partners only. All major activities are carried on by the partners only, so they can maintain their secrets very well. The secrets or the important information of the partnership firm is not leaked outside. So secrecy is maintained, and moreover they don't have to publish their accounts publicly, so obviously they can maintain their secrets. Next is demerits. Demerits, first, unlimited liability. Unlimited liability, why? Because if they have taken a loan or they are having losses, they are bearing losses, then their personal property can be used to recover the losses of the business and to repay the loans of the business. So all the partners, liability of all the partners are unlimited. So in case of losses, the partners will not only lose their business property, but creditors can claim over their personal property also to get their accounts settled. So creditors can also claim on their personal properties to recover their losses. Then limited resources. There is limited resources. Why? Because in the merits we have read that larger financial resources. Yes, there are larger financial resources as compared to sole proprietorship and JHF, but limited resources as compared to a joint stock company. This partnership form of business is not suitable for a large scale business. If we want to enter into a large scale business, If we want to enter into a large scale business, then you need more resources, larger resources, which is not possible in the case of partnership firm, because government has the fixed a limit of 50 members in a partnership firm. So more than 50 members you cannot include, and 50 members जितनी capital लेकर आ सकते हैं, that is the limitation only, उतना ही आपके पास capital आ सकता है. So beyond that you cannot raise your capital. ठीक है. So limited resources of in a partnership firm as compared to a joint stock company. So the partnership firm is also suitable for a small scale business only, not it is not suitable for a large scale business. Then third point is conflicts. If all the partners comes from a different background, different religion, different family backgrounds, uh, their different standard of living, so uh, they can have difference in their opinions also. They belong to different places, so they can have difference in the opinions. So if a partner becomes rigid in his attitude, or he takes a decision without consulting other partners, then conflicts may arise. If conflicts arises, then partnership firm can be dissolved. So lack of continuity. Lack of continuity is when if a partner dies or become insolvent, or due to any other reason he wants to retire from the firm, then partnership business can come to an end. So the existence of the partnership firm gets affected by the death, insolvency, or incapacity of any one partner, and even a partner can demand the dissolution of the firm any time when he thinks so, when he desires so. So next is lack of public confidence. Lack of public confidence. Why? People have less trust and faith in a partnership business. Why? Because they don't have to publish their accounts. They don't have to publish their annual reports. So people have less trust in the partnership business. So they don't have trust in their dealings. Okay, because they don't have to publish their accounts and annual reports, as it is not mandatory to register the partnership business in under the Partnership Act. So it is it is not mandatory for them to publish their accounts and annual reports. Which is not there in case of joint stock company. In a joint stock company, annual reports are published, their accounting statements are published. So people have more confidence in the dealings of the joint stock companies. Right? Then the last point is risk of mutual agency. Risk of mutual agency is what? Mutual agency हमने features में भी पढ़ा था, that act of any one partner binds all the partners. ठीक है. So if any one partner get himself engaged in unlawful business or any wrongdoings, कोई भी गलत काम करता है, then all the partners may have to suffer the consequences of the wrongdoings of any one partner. Then all the other partners may also be held liable for this. They also will have to suffer the losses because of it. So the act of any one partner may be may held others also responsible for it, right? So these were the merits, demerits of partnership business. Hope the session was clear to you all. Have a good day. Goodbye.